Never in a million years did I ever think I would say this, but turns out there is something strong enough to snap me out of my 1 a.m. drunken Taco Bell craving days. And it's a body. Seeing a body. Just lying in the middle of the road. Welcome to Sketch My Story. I'm Basanavicius, and this is my story. A few years ago, my buddy Jimmy and I were at this music festival in Chicago where we had been hydrating with beer all day. So naturally, by midnight, 1 a.m., we're pretty toasty and also starving. So we walk to a nearby Taco Bell, we get some food to go, and then we grab a lift home. Now, in this moment in time, there's nothing, absolutely nothing I want more than the steaming pile of mystery meat and cheese that's gently resting in my lap. We're about a block from our apartment. I can taste the burrito in my soul. I'm so freaking excited. Enter woman passed out in the middle of the road. I jump out of the car. My adrenaline is going a mile a minute, so my buzz is just gone. I don't know if you've ever needed to sober up in like a millisecond, but if you ever do, I don't know, just do this, I guess. So I yelled at Jimmy, and he's standing there with his bag of tacos. I'm like, dude, call 911. And he's like, my phone is dead, dude. Meanwhile, our Lyft driver is freaking out. He's like, oh my God, which is useful to absolutely nobody. So I immediately just give up on him. Then this lady who's passed out in the middle of the road suddenly wakes up and like she's being unplugged from the Matrix. I'm trying to keep her awake. So I'm like, yo, hey, what's your name? Stay with me. What's your name? It was Allison or some shit. I don't know. I don't remember. All I remember is like 10 seconds ago, all I wanted was my freaking burrito. And then she begins to vomit. I'm no nurse, but I turn her on her side because I think that's what you do. And then she starts seizing. So I got like one hand under her head so she's not smacking it against the pavement. I got 911 in the other. Then suddenly Miss whoever the hell she is decides to just wake up in that moment. And that's when our Lyft driver decides to do something. So he comes over and he pours his water bottle on her face. Might have been a good idea if half the water wasn't going directly into her nose and mouth. So I'm like, dude, I see you, but waterboarding is not the correct call. And then she stops. She stops coughing. She stops moving. She stops breathing. Again, not a nurse. I'm desperately asking around. I'm like, does anyone know CPR? Anybody? And the Lyft driver and my buddy Jimmy are like, nah, man. So I panicked and I did what Hollywood taught me to do in situations like this. And I slapped the shit out of her face. Like, and I tell you, that worked. She wakes up, Jane Doe, what's-her-face, gets picked up by the paramedics and taken away in an ambulance. I assume she was fine. Again, I don't know. I have no idea who this woman is. If you're out there, I'm glad you made it. My Lyft driver takes off, so me and Jimmy decide we're just going to walk the last block home. Everything's fine. It's over. Except no, it's not. Because you want to know the most tragic part about the whole evening? I forgot my freaking Taco Bell in the lift. Sometimes even assassins need pointers. Check out this self-help seminar sketch I wrote about murders for hire, which is also about death, but still not as heartbreaking as not being subscribed to Sketch My Story. Now go get certified in CPR and give that subscribe button a chest compression, which I still do